I want to cover a couple of the entries that I took today based on the 20 SMA pivot strategy. Now, again, you guys are familiar with it, but let's kind of go over, right? Because sometimes it's kind of good to go over, back test some of the entries that we had and kind of look at, maybe there was something that we could have done differently. Maybe there's things that we did correctly, and we can kind of take it from there. So, very early on, we kind of seen today was going to be a choppy open. Okay, but I want to make a point. There's going to be an asterisk next to that choppiness. Now, although the range of today, you can just look at the visual on this chart. This is a 1 minute chart and it's kind of going up and down and up and down and up and down, right? So I'm going to move over into the 5 minute chart because this is a chart that I like to personally trade each and every single day. And if I kind of zoom in here so we can see that today's price action, slowly drifted to the upside. We actually made some good progress today. All in all, was it a trending day? Yeah, you kind of have to say that today was a slow but choppy trending day to the upside, right? Now, definitely to kind of start to today's session, it was a little bit more range bound. I would say for the better half of an hour to, almost 2 hours, realistically going into lunchtime. But with that being said, very early on inside of Evolution Traders, when I was on the live call with a lot of the traders this morning, we quickly went and realized that, hey, we're not going to try to get cute. We're not going to try to get fancy. Let's take some scalps, but let's actually cut the take profit down and just look for quicker entries. So we had guys taking 3, 4, 5 points. Now, at some point in time this morning, the ATR on the 5 minute time frame was upwards of 35, 45 points. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, if you're taking profits at 3 points, or you're taking profits at 4 points or 5 points, isn't your loss going to be much bigger than expected? Yes, but asterisk, we're looking to have a higher win rate. Okay, so typically the way I do it, I trade multiple accounts between multiple funded accounts, multiple evaluations, always, kind of running in the background. I like to rotate in and out of my accounts based on trade performance. So if I take a trade and it wins and I take another trade and it wins, more than likely I go to another account. If I take a trade and it loses, I take another trade and it wins. Now I'm kind of about break even or a little bit red. I'll take that one more trade, and if that trade goes into the positive, I flip accounts. So I'm not just constantly getting chopped to pieces on any one particular account. Sure, do I take losses? Absolutely, all the time. I take handfuls of losses each and every single day across all my accounts. It doesn't necessarily mean that the accounts are going to finish red, necessarily mean that you're going to blow up an account. You just have to be mindful of that risk management. So it leads me to this. This morning, I started about my first 3 to 4 trades taking 3 points, trading one mini and taking 3 points, which is a $60 winner. So if you notice here, 6:50 in the morning, a little bit off the open. Again, I'm staying out of the first 5 minutes. It's just too volatile, too choppy. But you can see here that this setup at 6:50 in the morning Pacific Standard Time, 9:50 Eastern, the high price on this candle is 20,826. It ran up to 20,841. More than enough for 3 points. Easy $60 grab there. Now, you may be thinking, well, reason why candle is pretty big here. It's about 80 points. There's no way he's risking 80 points to take 3. Exactly. Typically, when I'm looking for 3 points, I'm using about a 12-point stop loss, and it gets hit at around 85% of the time, 80% of the time. Now, you will lose, and you are going to have a little bit of a negative risk to reward on those losing trades. But if you do take a loss, just flip to another account and go about it that way. Here was the next setup here, 7:10 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. That low price, 20,770, quickly confirms on the wick, and it does spike back up. But on the wick down, trades all the way to 755 from a price of 770. So again, very quick 3 points here. 60 and 60 is $120. Let's move over into another account. Now, again, I didn't do this all day long, but I did it enough to kind of start building a buffer and building a cushion. This was a big 79-point candle range. I remember this one because on the call, someone had asked, with the range being this big, are we still interested in taking it? And I was 100% still interested in taking it for 2 reasons. One, we kind of have a little bit of a double bottom. Okay, we have a little bit of a double bottom. 2, I'm taking a 3-point take profit. If I can't get 3 points here going into this top wick, and it also was a level that I had on my chart of interest here of 20,856, I already knew we were coming into supply. But if I look at the price from 20,834 into that resistance zone at 20,856, this is more than enough to grab 3 points. So again, another 3-point winner there, another $60. You can see here how very quickly off the open, you're kind of just stacking these small base hits, and you're turning, you know, a $100 day into a $200 day, and so forth and so forth. The next trade that I did take, I didn't participate in this short. There was no long confirmation here. Once I started to see this triple bottom, okay, this triple bottom here, this little indecision candle, this doji type looking candle here at 9 a.m. Eastern, which is about noontime going into that lunch, I was looking for a little bit of a reversal. So if I was to do something like this, where I'm using this entire candle as a stop box, right? An initial stop box, it was 29 points. I went down and traded 5 micro contracts because the risk here is 29 points. Get in on the following candle at 9:05 once it confirms. Use that previous low of day as a stop loss, and you kind of want to just ride this up. Now again, wish I would have got long here and just stayed long all day because it never came back. But again, looked for something close to a 1-to-1. I was risking 29 points on the move. I picked up about 20, 21 points, and that was it, right? There was a couple other little scalps that I took here and there, kind of picking picking a little areas once we started to peekaboo above initial balance, and then once we started to confirm the initial balance, once again, it was over here. I went long again. But I just wanted to highlight a couple of those trades off the open, those 20 SMA plays. Even though the range was choppy, anytime you start to identify early that the range is choppy, or it's too wide for you to kind of, you know, hold a position and look for 30, 40, 50 points, guys, just cut a super small take profit, you know, up the size a little bit. You know, you don't want to go too crazy with your stop loss between 10 and 15 points, and then take between 3 and 5 points on your scalps, and then try to just chip away and chip away. Hope you guys all enjoy this video. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day live, we've added a new section to the Discord where we have another evolution trader who is working the pre-market, and they are screen sharing their entries and exits there in the pre-market on a 1-minute time frame. If you guys are interested in scalping, definitely want to be involved in that, so join the Discord. Also, I've got some free I've got a free little mini lesson showing you guys one strategy a day is all you really need, and it's not this strategy that I just showed you guys. You guys can pick that up. The link's down in the description box below. Just go to my website and you guys will kind of see it there. If you guys do want to join the free section of Discord, that link is also in the description as well. That Apex code is DAnthony. You know I got to take care of all the housekeeping stuff. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next video.